Hi, this is Mislav the Slayer doing a live Blitz chess game commentary, playing the Shigorin's defense. Hmm. I'm gonna just go ahead and take here. Playing against Beta Version. That's kind of a funny name. I'm just gonna trade here, double his pawns, one of the two ways. I would prefer he plays e takes f6, I think. I think this is not as good for him. Though it's still, it's not bad for him, I guess. So now he's got an isolated D pawn here, and I have somewhat awkward development. Because this knight really shouldn't be on c6. I'd prefer to just have it be back on b8 and then play c6 and then have it go to d7. But I was able to get him an isolated pawn and then some, I don't know if you call them weaknesses, but it's a weakness insofar as it doesn't have a strength. He's lost a lot of mobility in his pawns. So it's not like it's a weakness where I can attack it and win these pawns, because it's actually a pretty solid formation here. But it's a weakness insofar as he can't push he doesn't have an e pawn to push to sort of gain space or cramp my development or what have you. So I'm gonna just go ahead and castle first. Then I'll play knight to b7, knight to this one b8, then d7, or maybe actually knight to b8, then c6. I want to be I'm a little wary of this b7 pawn, which is going to be pretty weak. Like queen to b5 would actually be a pretty good move for him, I think. Although, actually, I could have just taken the pawn right there. That's kind of unfortunate that I missed that, actually. Huh. Yeah, that's terrible. I mean, that's too bad. That's not terrible, but now I'll go ahead and play c6. I just kind of got too worked up with my plan. I'm just making uh I really should have played queen takes d4, I think. Queen to b5 might have been rough for me. I really think he probably should have played bishop to b5, actually, instead of bishop to e2. Bishop to e2 doesn't really do much, and that kind of threw me. That, and I guess I haven't done a commentary in a while, so I'll blame it on that. Actually, my rating had been down to, like, I think below 1400. Um, and recently, I guess like over the past month or so. Um, but now it's actually kind of gone back up, which is pretty cool. Just in the last like couple of days, it's gone from like 1450-ish to above 1500 again. And I like to try to stay above 1500. I think I've said that possibly a bunch of times before. Getting back to the game, he's got the bishop pair and these pawn weaknesses, and I've got basically a cramped position, but a pretty good pawn structure here. A little lacking in dynamic. Okay, he doesn't have a bishop pair anymore, but now he's got opposite colored bishops. And it has his ratings lower than mine by kind of a substantial amount. I think that's pretty good for him because he can try to just get a draw here. I mean, that's not great, but I think that's decent for him just to try to get rating points any way he can. And in this situation, he could do that by, I guess I could have won the D pawn again. No, because he would just capture with check. Um, and then I would lose, he would lose his weak pawn and I would lose not the strongest pawn in the world, but it would be kind of mildly annoying to have my king side weakened like that. I think next move I'm going to play is probably rook takes d4, then rook e to d8. For him, I think that's actually kind of, well, now I'm going to go ahead and play it this way. I'm attacking the b2 pawn, and I'm going to just go ahead and play a6, and then I'll just pull the bishop probably to g7 maybe. I guess I could pull it to a7, because it's not going to attack anything on the queen side. And without a dark square bishop, it's going to be difficult for him to attack these dark squares here. The other idea is I could play queen to b6 and just try to gang up on this thing, which actually isn't the worst idea. Because I have queen to b6, and if rook takes, I can just take his rook. Oh, he's got his queen protecting it. It puts a little bit of pressure on him, not a lot, and I can always pull back the bishop to g7 here. I think I will go ahead and play, that's kind of a bad move. I don't know. Because he's got bishop to a2. and I pretty much just have to go to d6. I probably should just play rook to d6 right away. I'm not too concerned about this, actually. If he plays this, I mean, I might even let him play h6, even though, oh, yeah, maybe I won't do that. But I guess I would have to, actually. Well, I could play king to g7, I think. That might work out all right. Okay. So he's pretty much, let's see, do I have a tactic here? Check. Rook takes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a tactic here because he doesn't have enough defenders. Rook, check, rook, queen takes, rook takes, check, and I don't even get this thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just he'll lose this pawn, I think, with best play. Now this is just going to turn into kind of a disaster for him. I guess it didn't end up that bad. Because I thought if he took with the rook, he would. Well, I guess he wouldn't have to lose the bishop, but yeah, this is basically just pretty much terrible for him now. I think I should probably just play king to g7. That doesn't do anything. It does, and then yeah, still doesn't do anything. Gonna go ahead and just play here. I can try to get this thing to like, I guess that's kind of stupid. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just play king to g7 and then king to f6. Go like this. Oh, you know, I could have pinned it. That would have been a much better move. Oh my goodness. Yeah. See, now I can do this. It doesn't even matter if he trades this stuff here. And it still doesn't matter, actually. So I have like a pretty high comfort level here. Now if he plays it, yeah, this pawn's just gonna queen. I don't know if there's not much to discuss anymore. It's just over. Alright, and he resigns. So, put in the GG. Now, since last time video, I figured out actually a way to, edit mode. Does this work? Yes, that's the one, edit mode. Okay. So, I'm not sure if this game really merits too much analysis here. I think he probably should have definitely should have played here like that. Uh, and then I probably would have done this. Um, actually, oh, that's why he did it the way he did it, because he has to protect this d-pawn. I just wasn't really paying much attention to this for some reason. Because I could have just taken the thing right away. I guess, I don't know though. I mean, taking it right away seems like it could get me into trouble. Because this is some really bad development on my part, and he's going to get developed really fast. Like, can he castle? No, it's my move. I guess play e6 there. Just right like that. Yeah. And just like, yeah. I guess I wouldn't have to do that. I could go, it's like here maybe. Um, I mean, this isn't, this is getting kind of rough. But he doesn't even have to play rook to d1 because that doesn't do a whole lot. Maybe there's still just nothing here for him. But I mean, he might be able to just do something like that. And now I'm in danger of losing a pawn. This pawn will be weak. Yeah, this is actually pretty bad for me right here. And that he might have even had a couple of other moves like knight to b5 in there somewhere. because there's not any way. I mean, maybe I could prevent that a little bit better here. Oops. Cancel, cancel, cancel. What am I doing here? Yeah, bishop takes e6, bishop to e3. I mean, there's only so many squares I can go to here. I suppose I could just go here right away. But see, now I'm in real danger here of having him just well, I guess if he could try to get a check here somehow. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this just doesn't look so great, in my opinion. I mean, he could even do something like this at this stage. I'm not sure if he'd want to. Just because now I can't castle, so. And then maybe he could start launching stuff. He's really going crazy here. And my king won't have a square. I don't know. I think taking the pawn, especially because the whole idea is to make that weakness. So I'm not sure if just taking it right away is all that great, because the idea is that by creating this weakness, I'll be able to get this pawn at some point in the future. So really, I think the goal for me should be to prevent him from liquidating this pawn, so to kind of keep good control of d5. And I think actually he could probably liquidate it right the next move, and there's not a whole lot I could do about it. Like, I mean, there's just nothing. I guess actually, did that just lose a piece? Yeah. Okay, he can't do it right then. What do I got? Knight f6. There we go. Now I mean, can he do it now? I don't think he can do it quite yet. No, he definitely can. Well, he doesn't want to do it that way, but, takes d5. Actually, no, he would need to take the knight first. Sorry about this. Yeah. Now he would do this, I think. I mean, taking the pawn here has got to be just terrible. It might not be that terrible. I mean, I have like something like this. Yeah. Then maybe take the pawn. Oh no, the queen's under attack. Queen's under attack. Like that. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad for black. But let's see. Yeah, I think he should have just taken with the bishop. And now here, let's just get on to this. This is all fine. Bishop to e2. Now here I think taking is a lot better, because he wasted a move on this bishop move, and his queen's under attack, and she doesn't really have that great of a square to get to. I guess that actually kind of works out pretty well. I mean, no, because I got the b pawn. Well, maybe that will work out then. No, I have b6. That's right. I have b6. Queen to b5, and I just go queen to b6. And if she takes, then I just take that way. And this actually will be pretty good for me, I think. I wouldn't even need to castle. Maybe just, I guess I would want to just to get the rook in the center file, the d file. Yeah, maybe something like that. But there's just not. I think this is like clearly better. Well, maybe not clearly better, but mildly better for. Oh no, this is clearly better for black, because I got an extra pawn. So he's got the bishop pair though. Maybe I don't know. I think it's probably better for black by some margin. So here I definitely should have taken the pawn. Unless I'm missing some tactic, which I don't think I am. But I kind of just missed that. So castling is not the worst. And here I kind of went with my plan. And see, the c6 move is good because it gets, now this thing can't be liquidated. Kind of ever, I think. unless he plays b4, b5 or something like that, or f4, f5. Um, and so, and here I don't like these moves at all of his. Oh, but I think he could probably get a draw here if he didn't mess up. And I mean, all he really had to do was actually just play bishop to a2, I think. No, he wouldn't want to play that yet. He should have played bishop to a2 here. Now I actually lose kind of an important tempo, and he probably should have just doubled his rooks as well. I guess that's not too big of a worry because the queen's here as well. So, well, actually, that is kind of a concern. That pawn is going to be so maybe that doesn't actually work. I don't know. So maybe he was in a little bit bigger trouble than I thought, and that his play wasn't that bad. It's just that he got in trouble earlier. Maybe queen c2 was the problem here. Because this thing is going to be a weakness for a long time. So actually, maybe that's actually going to be a weakness. But he does have this, I mean, one thing he could do is just, I wouldn't even play h4. Or, I mean, let's see, rook e d8. I mean, he could just play this, I think, and just get rid of the check. And now it's like totally different here. Well, for one, because this loses the pawn. So yeah, if he just gets or the bishop, I mean, but yeah, if he gets rid of that check, and even like something like that, I don't think is that great. And if we trade off the rooks here, then I'm pretty sure this is just going to be a draw, even if he's down 2 pawns. Well, actually I have this. uh, so, well, in that position, h4, I'm not sure I think h4 is that great a move. I think he could have, just go like this maybe. And now do this thing. Oh no, that doesn't work still because there's no check. So now there's like I can double here. But it doesn't really do anything. And he can play like h3, I guess, if he wanted to. And I mean his queen could go to b3 and just back to c2. And there's not really any progress I don't think that could be made in this position. Maybe I could by playing a5. Um, yeah, I guess I could make some progress. Yeah, that's not going to work for him. So, I don't know, I think I definitely had an advantage, but I mean, with opposite color bishops, even if I go up like 2 pawns, I mean, two connected pawns that's going to get closer to win than draw. But I mean, even it could be easily be a case where, you know, like I win 2 pawns here, and it just doesn't matter. I mean, this one's probably winning for black, especially because this thing is so far away. And, like all I have to do is, that kind of thing. Well, I guess he could go back to here. But yeah, I think you get the idea. These two connected pass pawns will be able to push the bishop around, basically. And then if he moves his king over here, then my king can come over here. But I mean, I could just put this thing like right here. Or he could put this thing right here. And then it doesn't matter what his king is going to do. I mean, he doesn't have to play. I guess I wouldn't have to play that way. That's kind of sloppy. But, and then he just moves back and forth. Um, and, there's nothing. Let's see. he'll always be able to move back and forth like this. I'll never be able to chase his king. Can I? Maybe I can. Check. Oh, yeah, that's not right. Because he'd be able to use his bishop to help him out here. Like right there, actually. If I take it, he just pushes. Well, I guess not there. So, I guess that is winning for black. But I think he could definitely, um, uh, I think that's pretty sufficient analysis for this. I think it should definitely have been a draw. But I have an advantage too. So, and I think you like an idea of just sort of sacrificing this pawn to exchange off rooks. And so long as he keeps these two pawns and doesn't let me get two pass pawns on the queen side, um, then I think he'd be all right. As far as like, I think actually maybe he just does this instead, like that. Now it gets a lot. Now it's just a lot different. Um, well, I guess he wouldn't want to do it that way, but I think yeah. All right, so that was pretty good game. I hope the analysis was helpful. I haven't done too as lengthy analysis I think as this, but um, if anyone wants to leave a comment, if they just prefer I do shorter analysis, I mean, I guess I might as well do longer analysis because if you don't like it, you could just turn it off. And so maybe yeah. Um, but yeah, definitely. All right, thanks for watching.